Danielle here, and I'm going to be putting together a new Pieces of Us mini album for 2021. So yes, I took part in the Ali Edwards Pieces of Us sort of self-portrait project last year, and I really enjoyed it. At the time I was on Felicity Jane's design team, so I kind of asked if it was okay to sort of still kind of take part in that and sort of but use Felicity Jane's sort of printables and kits to sort of put together this mini album, which I did, and then so this year I'm a free agent, so I can use whatever I like. So yeah, I'm going to put together another album similar sort of size to this one because I really liked sort of how this one turned out. It's quite a cute little thing. I'll just kind of flip through it quickly. There is a video on how I put this together, but on my channel, but I mean it was a bit of a haphazard one. I think I when I sort of put it together I kind of messed it up slightly, so I think I might repeat myself on it a few times, so yeah. It was a bit hectic. But basically I put sort of a little thing together saying like the list of every single day of the week and what the kind of the sort of challenge was for that day, then like a little breakdown of when it was in February last year, whereas this time it's in April. Had a little be yourselfie there, a little breakdown of the project and kind of what I wanted to get out of it. Whoops. And then just kind of like just using all Felicity Jane papers and things. So I had the little picture there of my feet, whoops, which was day one. Oh, stuck. I used some big sort of Felicity Jane chipboard numbers for this one, and then I basically just kind of I wrote my journaling on Instagram, and then I just sort of copy and pasted it onto my computer, and then just printed it out and stuck it in the album. So yeah, I kind of just did that. So I'm basically going to do the same thing again this time, just sort of copy and paste my journaling from my Instagram posts. So I've got a little hands one there, which was day 2. And then just day 3, and then using again like little journal cards and things. All these stickers are coming up. So day 3 was full face, and then a big old write up on that one. Day 4 was eyes closed. I was running out of puffies on this one, so I ended up having to use like freeze and all sorts of stuff, so it was all a bit hectic. I'm going to be a bit more organised with this one and make sure I've got enough puffies for everything I want. Then it was half face on day 5. Day 6 was body, and then day 7 was reflection. So yeah, it was a really lovely project and I really enjoyed it. So that's kind of why I wanted to take part again in it this year and sort of you know, kind of put together another album. So that's last year's album, so that's sort of over there. And then this year I'm thinking, I mean this may go wrong. Who knows, because I'm only at the point of just brainstorming rather than actually physically trying this, but I'm thinking I might make it out of memorydex dies, because I've got these 3 little memorydex dies. And what I loved most about my other album, here my favourite again, was the little tabs I added to it, because I just thought they were really cute with like the days on it. So I didn't want to kind of miss out on doing that again. So I really liked that these memorydex dies have the tabs on them already. So what I'm thinking is there might be a possibility that either, because I'm obviously aware that, you know, they're open-ended on the edge there to actually go on your memorydex, but instead of putting it on a memorydex, I'm thinking I might be able to either use little sort of what are they called, the little circle doos, sort of corner protector things, and then sort of still put the sort of loops through, or I might even possibly be able to use these. So what I'm going to do is sort of chop some stuff out with them and then see what's possible, so I can either use the discs to hold it together or use the little book rings. So that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. Obviously if that doesn't work, then I can just sort of go back to a kind of a smaller album size and just cut the papers out and then just punch the holes in them as normal. I've got these big numbers which you'll have seen in my December daily. I used them to sort of punch out my days of the month, not days of the week. I will be using them this time for the days of the week, but they're Laura Ballora, I think like Wonderland. They were a couple of years ago, December die kit. So yeah, so I bought those and I really love the font. I think it's just they're a really nice size. So what I'm thinking is I can sort of also punch out like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, on here as well. I have this amazing cute thing, which is I got a whole pack of them and I'm like obsessed. They're Jen Hadfield little reaching out hands. They're so sweet, and one of the days is hands, so obviously that's sort of really cool. And so I might put some little like gold embellishmenty bits in there. So I've got another little clip there too, because I just wanted to remind myself that I might want to include like gold elements. I've got some gold paper clips and things too. Just got this little turquoise, some minty green clip as well if I end up using these, and then also a little nudge to remind me to sort of that I want to include pink and I want to include grey and I want to include like a minty green. So these are little Ali Edwards from her scrapbooking quarterly kit, the heart one. So basically, yeah, I'm kind of keeping all those things out to sort of focus my mind so I don't forget, because I'm a shocker for starting a project and then I kind of get off on a tangent. You know, you've seen these. You know how it works. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm thinking I'm going to print out some bits and pieces. I'm going to use Ali's she's got a freebie up on her blog that's a Pieces of Us, the wording which she had last year with her lovely handwriting. So yeah, you can kind of use those. They're just a freebie, you can print them out. So if you're doing the project too, then you can, that's where I got that from last year. I'm going to use those again this year. So yes, that's the thought pattern, that's the plan. I'm going to use some of the bits and pieces from her digital quarterly scrapbooking kit as well, so where the hearts came from. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like, I'll kind of swing in and swing out as I go along, as I do, and you can kind of follow the craziness, and at the end of it we'll hopefully have another little album that matches this guy. Okay, sound good? Then hang around. Okay guys, see you in a mo. Bye. Okay, I'm back and I've discovered a few things. So the this using the memorydex die cuts does work. I've managed to cut out a really cute cover there using the Ali's font, which I changed to white instead of black, and then just kind of superimposed it onto a heart. And I used the there's like a, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the paint dip or paint something like that, and you like it's like a picture of a pipette, and you basically use it to like grab a colour from a different sort of any kind of other item on the page, and then you can kind of get the same colour. So I did that with this, and then this particular paper I put a transparency over the top to just kind of mute the colours a bit more, so this kind of cover really pops. I might still print the heart out again, fussy cut it out, and then sort of bump it up on top of this one, so just raise it up with some foam pads just so it kind of has a bit more oomph. I've also made this cute little bow, which I might kind of add in the mix as well, because that's really sweet little thing. So I just used I've got a what are they called? It's like one of the big, Sizzix Bigs sort of bows. So I made one of those. So that's really sweet. Oops. So that's all good. I've learnt that basically I can use the rounded one for the cover and the back, which will be fine, because they're symmetrical. So as long as you punch it right, it's going to look fine on the reverse. The problem that I've had, which I'd forgotten about until I remembered making a memorydex card, where I used this one, which is fine for the cover, but when you try and do the reverse, obviously you can't, it doesn't really work so well. So yeah, I'm trying to work that one out, but basically in the meantime this one's fine because it's also in the centre. It might be that I might just be being really thick and I might be able to just do it underneath and then put the card above. Possibly. I need to, yeah, I might just be being really stupid, which is entirely possible. So I just need to test that one. It might be that I just need to put the paper underneath that way, above that way. Yeah, I just need to, I can't get that in my head. So I just need to work that one out. I printed this one out again. I did a tester, but I realised I sort of pushed it all a bit too close to the bottom, so I just did it again and moved everything up more centrally. It gave me an opportunity though to see how things would work if I used these little guys. So that actually works quite well as long as I reverse these, so have the same on both sides. That could work quite well, and that holds the clip quite nicely. It does also work with these. It's just it's probably fine. Like, you know, they're not going to come out too easily. Like, I'm pulling on that now and it's not coming out. So that is a possibility that I could use those, but I'm just not sure if it's a bit too freewheeling, you know. This feels a little bit more stable. So I'll carry on, I think, with this for now. And then the thing is, I suppose I could always try both at the end when it's a bit thicker. It's hard to know with these at the moment because obviously that's quite large. And I've only got a single, I'm just trying it out with a single piece of card. So the more I put on, maybe that might make more sense. So I'm going to sort of persevere for now. But yeah, so that's all good. So I'm quite pleased with how that's turned out. So what I will do is I'm going to put, like I had on my other one, I'm going to find some little enamel dots to kind of dot on here as like little bullet points. But then I can also use this tab now to do my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'll also have the big numbers too. So I'm going to have it's going to be quite a nice like mix of the two. So yeah, so I just need to remember that when I back these and reverse them, that I make sure my papers are pointing in the right direction, because I always fall foul of that. I print things in the wrong direction, or I cut them and then I think it's all fine, and the second I go to glue it down, I'm like, I've glued it down the wrong way. I do it every single time I make a mini album. So it's one of the reasons I don't just leave it to record and then fast forward through them. I mean, like, I personally don't really like those kinds of videos where it's like sped up, because sometimes I can't really see what's actually going on. But also I just know that I make so many cock-ups that it'd just be, yeah, it'd be horrendous. So it's better when I just blip in and out, because then you don't hear me swearing and have to watch me get really annoyed. So there we go. So what I'll do is I'll carry on chomping away. I need to upload my photographs actually into my laptop from my phone, so then I can kind of get those all organised and then cut those out to size as well, because there'll be like a full-size photograph on each cutout with the dies, and then so it'll be like sort of full-size photograph, and then above it maybe, or below, either way, there'll be then the write-up. So I'll have like the write-up on one bit and the photo on the other. So yeah, so I just need to kind of chomp everything out, and then once I've got everything cut out, then I can kind of come back and start to work out how I'm going to assemble that. And then at the very end it'll be just me like adding embellishments and things. So I might like add a couple of enamel dots, like I say, maybe bump that guy up, stick a little bit of washi on, or some little tags and things, just kind of jazz things up. Somewhere I've got some other bits and pieces from that Ali's scrapbooking kit, so I just need to dig those out as well to kind of see about adding some maybe chipboard pieces and things, little hearts and stuff here and there. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. Okay. So I'll be back in a mo once I've kind of got all my photos and everything printed out, and then we'll kind of go through the next stage. All right, see you in a mo. Bye. Okay, and I'm back, and I have now cut everything out. So I've got so I sort of reversed a couple of them. So I've just actually done glued those two together, because I kind of wanted to just check that everything would all go together okay. So how I'm going to kind of play it is having the write-up at the top and then the picture at the bottom, and then what I will need to work out how to do is just use these numbers to do like a, you know, like a big number on somewhere on the photograph, and then like maybe, you know, embellish the photographs too. So I kind of, when I took the pictures for this sort of project, I deliberately tried to keep like an empty space somewhere. It worked more perhaps well on some than others, but I tried to sort of be conscious of the fact that if I kept space, then I'd have room to sort of embellish on the top of the photograph. So that was kind of slightly inbuilt into me this week, to just kind of remember that when I was trying to take a picture. As I said, it didn't always work with like every day, but I managed to do it sort of with a few of them at least. So yeah, so I basically now need to go and sort of double side all these up, but I've tried to find papers that basically sort of look nice with the photographs. So I kind of picked out colours from the photos and then gone through the scrapbooking, Ali's scrapbooking digital kit, and then just kind of picked out the papers that kind of look nice and coordinate nicely. With my larger photos, like say this one's going to be quite difficult to, you know, pop a number on there, but I might be able to just sort of have it poking out the edge. I had to kind of, because if I'd have made this full size, I would have sort of lost sort of bits of, like my face probably would have been cut out with it kind of popping down here. So I've just sort of shrunk this one up to kind of fit with a little border. Oops. And then like this one, see, I've gone back to full size because that works fine. It's only sort of cutting slightly into my head. But yeah, so most of them have actually worked fine without sort of any trouble. Again, that's another one where I've just had to put a little border around it. So when I put a border, I've just made sure that the top and bottom match, so I've not gone too crazy with the colours. Yeah, so that's worked well. The thing that I did come to a conclusion on this guy is that yes, it does work fine if you reverse it and put the paper on top and push down, and then that's kind of how you get your kind of mirrored image. I haven't used it though, because when I did the mirrored image, it kind of punched sort of, it looked kind of indented, it looked a bit sort of messy, it didn't look very neat, and because that would be like on a lot of them that would be like the first kind of side, it just didn't look great. It looked kind of a bit scruffy, and I wasn't really feeling it, so I just sort of thought, oh, do you know what, actually I'll just carry on and do it this way with like I know it's not great because all the tags are in the centre, all the labels are in like the centre, but I thought I'd rather do that than have it look sort of scruffy. It would have really bugged me. So yeah, so this bugs me less than that. So yeah, but it does work. It's just, yeah, it just doesn't, for some reason it just doesn't punch as neatly as I thought it would. I've cut out, as I said I would, that Pieces of Us again, so I can foam pad that up, because I think that will look nice, just having that be a bit more raised up. So that's all good. And I've tested all this chunk with these, and it's still a bit too freewheeling. Yeah, I think for a project where this is way more chunky, these would work great actually. So you could still use them with the memorydex card and make an album and use these to kind of hold it together. But I think it needs to be a really heavily embellished chunky album to have that kind of work, because if not, they're just too big. Actually works better with the little book rings, so I'm going to carry on with those, which means then I'll need to use my little circle projectors, so I'll use those and pop them on it, and I've got enough colours to kind of mostly coordinate with the colours from here, so that should all work out fine. So yeah, what I'll do next is I'll go away. I need to glue all these together, which you don't need to watch me do that. And then I'll cut out some of the papers with the numbers. So I've got up to 7 there for the 7 days of the week. And yeah, when I come back, then I can just start sort of embellishing and sticking things down. Okay, I'll be back in a mo then. All right, bye. Okay, and I'm back, and I have now glued everything together, and everything has little protectors on them now. So yeah, it's really handy actually that I have those protectors, because they're basically like, there's enough colours there to kind of match the kit, so it's turned out really nicely actually. Oops. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So everything's all kind of secure now for me to use the book rings. The next stage will be adding on my numbers, which I basically just used that number punch to just punch out numbers from the coordinating papers for those pages. So let's just see. So for like, God, it's all happening. For number 1, I just used like the same paper, so I have the one there, and then what I just need to perhaps do is just kind of like go through my sort of kit and things and try to find, I mean, I've got a whole load of stuff here. So I've got some enamel dots. Those are the coordinating hearts that come with the Ali's scrapbook kit. So there's a load of lovely colours in there that already go with all of this stuff, so I might be able to sort of find some bits in there that work. I've got some hearts there, and those are from Ali's website as well. I've got kind of, these are from the kit too. So yeah, it's just kind of a mishmash of stuff. I'm going to use the same alphas that I used on my last year's Pieces of Us album as well, and do the same thing, so do like the 1 to 7 on here too. So I've got those for that, because I think I've got enough E's. That's the thing that I always run out of on these. I always run out of the E's first, so but I've got enough there hopefully to be able to do that. So that's all good. And then I've also got a big box of chipboard. So again, like some of these pieces are from the kit. So and then there's some other bits of here. I've got some Week in the Life new bits, which colours wise will go. So yeah, I can just kind of have a rummage through here. I've got some like Felicity Jane little bits of chipboard in there too. So there's a whole mix of stuff in here. So I'm sure I can find some sort of colours that will go and use those as well. So yeah, I just need to have a rummage, dig out everything I want to use, and then basically just start like sticking things down. I could even use some of these little things actually, so maybe like the little mini hearts from here. So yeah, there's I got a whole load of stuff. So my cup will run off over. I also want to maybe use that little hand clip on the hands day. So I just need to kind of have a bit of a play now. So what I will do, I also think I'm going to use my teeny tiny little foam pads to bump the numbers up, just to kind of give it a little bit more sort of, you know, so there's just a bit of layering on these pages, so it doesn't all look so flat. So yeah, I think I'll do that as well, and then that's where the chipboard will kind of come in as well, because it will kind of just raise up everything a bit. So I just need to kind of rummage now, and then dig out all those bits and pieces, and then start sticking things down. I used my date stamp to just stamp April 2021 on the cover page, although I have just realised I need to stamp it on the one that I'm raising up. Dull. So I just need to do that again. And then yeah, and then that's all kind of sorted for the cover, and that big bow as well that I need to just sort of glue down too. Yeah, and maybe have like another little, like a heart on a heart. So yeah, it's all just sort of cosmetic fiddling now. So I'm gonna start trying to dig out some bits and pieces and do that next. Yeah, we're kind of close to the end now. Woohoo, we're getting there. Okay, I'll be back in a mo when I've kind of worked out what I'm using. Okay guys, bye. Cool, okay, and I think we're nearly there now. So I basically I mean, look how much chunkier it is all of a sudden. I've gone through and I've just sort of added the embellishments. I've added like a date stamped on the tabs, and I've added like the numbers now too, so that's kind of all good. I tried to like alternate the sides to keep it kind of fairly sort of flat, because if you know, if you stick too, I mean, it's a bit wonky down the bottom, but if you stick too many things on one side, then obviously it all goes a bit wibbly wobbly. So it's not too bad. So I'm just going to use that at the end to kind of counteract that. So basically now I need to raise that one up. So I've just stuck some foam on the back of this one. Whoops. To just bump up the cover. I could have left it with just the flat on it, but I just sort of thought because this whole thing's quite sort of digital, it would be nice to kind of, you know, add a bit of layering to it as well. I didn't want it all to be sort of too flat. I think I'm going to put that bow there. I mean, if it covers a bit of the title, it doesn't really matter. I'm sort of more focused on making sure that I don't cover the holes. So that's pretty cute. What I need is some sort of foam. Yeah, let's try it. I'll try it with a little foam pad. And I might need to use a dot if not. Oops. These don't always, once they're stuck down they're fine, but they don't always stick to the thing you're sticking them on when you're trying to peel the back off of them. Oh, that's so fiddly. Let's see. Because yeah, I'm thinking, do I need to, I might just need to add like a little one to each side, just to kind of make sure it stays secure. Let's see. It's all just a bit kind of trial and error. Oops. Oh, they're so fiddly. Nightmare. Oh dear. Right, let's get this stuck down. Okay. I'm just sorry if my head comes into shot. I just want to make sure I don't cover that hole. Okay. Lovely jubbly. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop that little guy on here too, because it's just cute. It just kind of finishes it off. And again, it's nice to have a different, I like it when there's like a few different sort of what am I trying to say, like materials used, sort of stuff like that, you know. It's just nice to have a bit of a mix. Come on, you. Do you know, this thing's been working fine off of camera, and the second I go on camera the hole gets plugged. Oh, glossy accents. Menace. Oops. Let's just see. Get the cat hair off of it. The bane of my life. Right. Okay. So that's just cute. And then I was just going to kind of go through, I'll just let that dry and just check and see if there was anything else I wanted to kind of embellish. Still got that little glue to use as well, so let's just see. I've kind of added just a few cute little bits here and there, so that's still quite nice. Oh, now then, I think I was going to add that pink one to the reverse of this, so I just need that to dry. I put some little enamel dots on this one already, but yeah, I just sort of thought I might kind of, you know, enamel dot up as I kind of go. It's just nice to sort of tuck them in behind things. Oops. Okay. And I've got a few of these lovely colours as well, so it's just nice to kind of you know, add them in. It just adds a sort of little bit of shine to everything. I can just cover up that. It's like a tiny bit of a mark on that photo. There we go. Lovely jubbly. That's nice. I've just got that little this on the side there as well, which is cute. So not got anything too sort of dark pink for this one, but then saying that I've already got like the good stuff in the heart, so I think that's probably embellished enough, that one. This one, I could add a little blue. Oops. But it's just all kind of personal preference really, you know, just sort of going through. You'll kind of notice when you suddenly see something and think, there's a gap there, I could put something sort of cute there, you know. But a lot of times you don't always need something there, but I just kind of like I like having a little something. Again, it's sort of like, it's just nice to have the different, like a little something shiny, you know. Oops. Anyhow, I hope you're all doing well, guys, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this. I know it's a bit haphazard because I've been like jumping in and out of the camera loads, but it's just sort of, it's so much easier sometimes to do these kinds of things off camera and then come back on again. I always make mistakes when I'm on camera, like just mess things up a lot. So yeah, if I can try to avoid that happening, it's for the best for everyone. I promise. Oh dear, fiddly. Yeah, just cute. That's all hunky dory. I'm gonna put like a little a kind of like a final thoughts type thing on here, so I just need to kind of write that and print that out, so that will go on that last page there in the end. But I'm kind of nearly there. Oh yeah, hands. I mean, it might be overkill. It's just yeah, I don't know. I'll leave it on there for now and then I'll have a little think. It's just a cute thing, so you know, I sort of thought, oh, it might be nice to have it in the mix. What I do need to do is just run these guys through. It worked surprisingly well actually, just sticking those little circle protectors on. They're just the Heidi Swap Colour Fresh. I think you can still get them in quite a few different places, so they are still knocking around. Certainly in the UK I've seen them in a few different places, so yeah, they haven't like totally disappeared yet like the rest of the Colour Fresh stuff. They're still they're still around, so just need to kind of track them down. Okay, so let's just, I might just do that with a little sticky dot. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do that. Oops. I love these so much. They're so neat. I've got the Felicity Jane sort of ones as well, like little felt hearts, and they're so cute. It's just like, I just like having a bit of felt in things. It's just really nice to have something, and it's stitched as well, so again, it's not, oops, it's nice to have that that kind of extra. I've just done that the wrong way around, haven't I? Ugh, this is what I mean. See, I told you it would happen. At least it's only stuck down with one of these things, so I can just try to reverse it. What a wally. Right, there we go. Anyway, so let's just see there. So, trying to pinch my fingers as well. Sometimes they're quite like snappy. Right. Okay. Well, I'm really kind of pleased with how that turned out. It was a bit of a, I couldn't sleep like at 4 o'clock in the morning, like idea. And I was trying to think how I was going to put this one together this year. And I was like, I want to do something a bit sort of fun and different. I thought, oh, do you know what? I wonder if I could use my yeah, my memorydex dies. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. It's turned out really neat actually. So very cute little little album. I mean, I really enjoyed the project. It was such a, I loved it last year as well. It's just such a great project, and it's really nice to see everyone kind of come together in the community too, and kind of support one another through like the tougher days, because some of the days, you know, kind of full body and sort of the kind of face forward are really tough for everybody really. So yeah, so it's just nice to kind of all, you feel like you're kind of working together on a project with everybody. It's really lovely. So there we go. I'm really pleased how it's turned out, little chunky guy. And yeah, that's really, I'm really chuffed. I hope you like it. And if you have any questions about anything at all in the process of sort of me putting this together, then just pop down in the comments below and just give me a shout and I'll come back to you on there. And yeah, in the meantime, I hope you're all keeping well, guys, and sending you lots of love. And I'll be back again soon. Yeah, until then, take care, and yeah, lots of love. Okay, bye.